Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, the Crimson Tide head coach has let me know pregame. He understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for space. It's Lacey. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
He's going to take off. There he goes. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you've got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient. And when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking to throw for it. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, just a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Looking for a gap. It's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Keelan Russell. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it down the right side. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Looking downfield, it's Russell. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, Oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Plows through the defense. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical.
Makes the grab in their space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. On the move, it's Lacey. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Jukes his way for more. Could be an alley. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they did tack on the extra point. Here's the return from inside his 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Making side adjustments here. Russell. Here comes the heat. Snagged out of the air. Snags it and he's open. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Got enough for the first. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense. There's nobody there taking him. So he puts his foot in the ground. He gets upfield. And he's got really nice elusiveness.
Turning on the Jets. At the 30. At the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Rebels!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing Russell. Dumps it to the back. Got a man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance.
He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab inside the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Gets it, got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I'll tell you what, Paul, our offensive coordinators, they script these things, right? And they get with you, and what do you like? What do you want to run? So far, the script is perfect. Like everything going off as they wanted to. This is about as good a start for an offense as you can draw up.
And it's crazy, David, because when you have skilled players like they have on offense and guys that are so dangerous with the football in their hands, you almost feel as a play caller like anything I dial up is going to work. And you're seeing that early in this game. Balance, throwing, a beautiful run right there, everything working right now and going according to plan.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Lacey. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's Odom. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And more importantly, we've got an early barn burner as both teams have come out firing, as you'll see on the stats. If you like offense, this second quarter is probably going to be a game for you. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw it again. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The run inside. It's Lacey. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down. And you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense, getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Now he's looking to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Trying to pick up the first, out of the backfield. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make a tackle setting up for him.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. He's loose on the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. Boy, we've got offenses just flat getting it done. I wonder how the defenses are going to counter all of this firepower.
They are too, Reese. They're wondering how they're going to counter this offense. As you've seen the explosion, it's so hard, so much speed, and such effort like that. Offense is just, they got the upper hand.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So a drive there of 84 yards, and the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense.
On the run, it's Hill. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Russell from the gun on third down. Right on the money. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 30 inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Slings it downfield. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, you see the offense trying to hook up on that in route, but the receiver just not able to create enough separation to complete that throw.
Might be changing the route. Keelan Russell. Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
He uncorks a bullet to the right. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Got room on the return. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle on offense.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
That's caught. It's Rodgers. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Russell. He's got his man. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Wide open downfield. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look.
Here we go. Ready.
Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Here's a heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect them is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Gonna let it fly. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Well, that DB did everything right on that deep shot. You saw the speed, you saw his ability to turn his hips, and how about getting his head around, locating the football, and then knocking it away? Couldn't have done that better.
Gonna try to get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe two, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have two left to work with before the half. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Russell on play action. Fires to the wideout. With the catch, it's Rodgers. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Throwing Russell. Under fire. And they got him. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout. Alabama.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. To throw, it's Russell. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to find his man in the middle. Hauls it in down the sideline. Up to the races. Touchdown, Bama! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Boise State taking on the Utah State Aggies. And it's the Broncos looking to make it 5 straight wins. And they do that. They essentially lock down a postseason spot, although I think their goals are far bigger than just that. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the SEC.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
They go to the counter. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
He'll start this drive going to the air. picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown time! He got it back corner of the end zone.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to add another. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Coming out with it, it's Cunningham. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab on the left. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running inside, it's Lacey. Makes it past the marker. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And, man, this offense, man, is so nice to have a guy that you can hand the football to, and he can take off and make big plays down the field. He can break tackles. He can outrun you. He shows you a little bit of everything. This defense, they better dial in on him because he's going to get the football, and he can make big plays.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Alabama! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And how about the defense coming up huge? It looked like this was going to get really, really close, and they do what they do, man. Make that one big play, Palmer. Force not only the turnover, and then take it all the way back to the house. They looked like they were about to give up points, and then all of a sudden, they get points of their own.
And that was a bad decision by the quarterback, too, David. I get it. You're trailing on the scoreboard, but you got to know you can't get it all back on one throw. He threw that into traffic. Give the defense credit. They were where they needed to be. They didn't just pick it off. They took it to the house and added insult to injury.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
And that play happens because they blitz, they get pressure, make the QB feel uncomfortable. He throws the ball up, and you make a play on the football, and you take that thing back to the house. Nice pass rush, nice pressure, and nice job turning defense into offense.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cunningham. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's reeled in. It's Gill. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. They give it to him again. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Listen, sometimes you know as a quarterback, I got to scramble, I get outside the pocket, nothing's there, live to fight another down. Good job not forcing the football. Incompletion, move on.
Quarterback making adjustments. They go play action with Russell. Bringing the heat. Avoids pressure on the right. There's a crease. Oh, spins away. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape scramble and go pick up the first down. That is a killer. If you're the defensive coordinator, you've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
And he'll step into the end zone.
coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, David.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the number one thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change, sudden change. They want to capitalize on the momentum, and they did. They stayed aggressive, continued.
Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Hands it off on the counter. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So the final period starts with a second down play. Keelan Russell gets rid of it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Working the middle. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Takes a hit as he fires. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Rush is on him. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Well, that's just a miss by the quarterback. That's a simple slant route. That ball's got to be thrown out in front or put in the face mask of the receiver. Bad throw by the QB.
The offense changing the play. Russell from the gun on third down. Going long. Finds a spot down the gun of the knee. He'll work his way down to the 28.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Makes the grab. Turning it on. Spins away. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got loose and it was lights out after that. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
I got to be honest, as a guy that used to play for Steve Spurrier, I never have a problem watching offenses continue throwing the ball when they've got a big lead, and that's what you've seen in this one. They're way up on the scoreboard. This coach is still letting this guy chuck the rock. That now his 5th passing touchdown, and I believe you keep throwing it until the defense proves they can stop you.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Cunningham. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rebels offense is back on the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is looking for a deep man. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Out of bounds at the 18, and man, do they have great field position now.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And I'm not surprised, man. He's already got 5 touchdown passes. Why not go for 6? I mean, he's been on a heater today. He's been spreading the ball around, taking shots, been really, really successful. He's trying to add to the numbers and kind of add some insult to injury. If I'm a defender, by the way, I don't like this. This ticks me off a little bit. And I might let him know about it this next play.
He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's thrown another interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. The run inside. It's Hill. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Might be calling a hot route. Russell. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fields. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
Here we go. Ready, shift.
To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Hit as he throws. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Russell on play action. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell looking to take a shot. He's got it way down the field. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple of bad decisions, a couple of great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking his shots. He's not backing down, and he's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead, man. So impressed with the way he's handled adversity and bounced back from some mistakes.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Russell from the gun on third down. He'll take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, but you're still seeing this defense compete. And on third and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll start this drive going to the air. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film.
Sprinting away. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Keeps it and gets past the chains. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get